Hello everyone. In this video, I will explain in depth about classes and objects in Java, how we can use classes and objects in Java with syntax. So let's first understand about Java classes. Okay, so what is Java class? A Java class is a prototype or blueprint in the Java programming language from which an individual object can be built or created. Okay, so let's understand this in a real life scenario. Okay, so for example, whenever we build a house or any infrastructure, right? So what we do first, we prepare a design or architecture. Okay, that how many floor we are going to build and where should be the bedroom and all this architecture we used to create, right? A blueprint we create, right, based on our space, right? How many square feet or acre we are having, right? Based on the space, we create a design, right? Architecture diagram. Okay, so that design or architecture, right, is nothing but a blueprint for your house. Okay, and based on this blueprint or design, right, builder will construct the house based on the blueprint. Correct? So now understand the same in Java language. Okay, so in the similar way, you can think of class as a blueprint of objects. Okay, blueprints of object where we will just make a design, right? We will prepare a blueprint. Okay, and based on the class blueprint, right, JVM will create an object at runtime. Remember this. Okay, object will be created at runtime. Okay, so class is nothing but a blueprint which JVM takes care. Okay, which JVM pull up those classes as a blueprint or a design, and during the runtime it creates an object based on the blueprint. Okay, based on the class whatever we define in Java. So here you can see, right, so this I have defined a class here. Okay, and you can see this arrow, right? In the class defines states and behavior. Okay, so this is a class member. So what is state? Okay, state is nothing but, you can also assume as properties. Okay, and behavior is nothing but a function. Okay, what function is going to happen? So class, suppose for example if I say you, okay, so let's take example of a person. Okay, we are a human being, right? So let's take example of a person. So what are the unique properties, or what are the properties a person have? Okay, any person. So we are having some weight, we are having our name, we are having our age, right? So these are nothing but state or properties of a person. Okay, and what are our behavior? What are human being or person behavior? Walking, playing, right, eating, these are the behaviors. Okay, the working functionality of a person. So the classes defines states and behavior of any real life entity. Okay, any real life object. Okay, now, okay, we defined a class. This is a blueprint. Okay, we defined, okay, that a person should have age, height, weight, etc., and behavior should be eating, playing, okay, then sleeping, any behavior. Now what will happen? JVM will pick this one. JVM will pick this class, right, and it will create an object. Okay, during the runtime. Okay, and here also downside also I've created the same, I've mentioned the same. Based on the blueprint or class, object will be created. Okay, so now let's see how we can declare or define a class. Okay, so in Java we declare a class by using class keyword in Java. Okay, so this is a class, right? So first of all, you need to understand that class is a user defined data type. Okay, class is a user defined data type. Why user defined? Because we are defining, right? We are defining a class. Okay, we are a user, right? And whatever class which is explicitly designed by user or created by user, that is user defined task. Okay, and second one is predefined type task, predefined class. Okay, so what is predefined class? So as the name suggests, predefined, it is already defined. Okay, so for example, Java itself is having scanner class, right? Scanner, so that is predefined class. Java is having string class, right? So that is predefined class. Java is having object class, right? So that is predefined. We as a user or a Java user, right, we are not defining those class. It is already defined. It is predefined. So that is predefined. But the class which we as a user defining, that is user defined class. Okay, so here you can see the syntax. Okay, this is the syntax. See, class name. Okay, so here whatever class name you want to give as per business scenario, you can provide the class name, and this class is keyword. Okay, it is a keyword in Java which we need to use to specify that okay, we are creating a class with this class name. Okay, and here curly braces is starting. So here we will write states and behaviors, right? Okay, what are the state and behavior, those things we will declare here, and finally curly braces close. Okay, and remember there is no semicolon after closing braces. Okay, there is no semicolon, just remember. Okay, so don't forget this one. And after this what will happen, you know, see, for example, this is the example of a class. Okay, so here class is a Java keyword and I'm writing area, class name is area. Okay, why? I want to calculate the area. Okay, so and curly braces start, and these are the properties: int side, int length. Okay, so these are the data members, right? These are the properties of this area class. Okay, so this is a blueprint. Okay, this is how we need to define a class by using this class keyword. Okay, this class keyword we can define a class. Now let's understand this example so it will be more clear for you guys. Okay, so okay, before going on this, I want to explain you that class is not a real-time entity. Okay, it is not a real-world entity. Remember, this is one of the important concept. Class is not a real-world entity. It is just a template. Okay, but the actual object which gets created during runtime, right? So that is a real world entity. Okay, but not a class. Okay, and memory allocation will never happen. Okay, memory allocation doesn't happen for class. Okay, instead memory allocation happen for object. Okay, now understand this one example for creating class. So you can see here, design a class account. See, this is a class name, right? Account is a class name that stores customer name. See, these are the properties: customer name, okay, account number, and type of the account. Okay, so now remember, this is a class name. Okay, class name account. Okay, so in our bank account, what are the properties? What are the properties of bank account? Okay, we will having a account number, we will have type of account, whether it is saving account or current account, and for which customer that account is, right? So these are the properties. Now what they're saying, include necessary method to achieve following task. Okay, so with account, what any human being do, what any person do, right? They deposit the money, they do transactions, right? They display the balance, or they withdraw the money, they deposit the money, right? So they can do. So these are the few things. Now if you want to create a class, right? So just imagine how you will create. So you are having a class name. So what we will do, we will use class keyword and class name account, right? Inside that, curly braces will be open and curly braces will be closed, right? We will write what? Data member, customer name, account number, and type, right? Customer name, account number, type, right? These are the data members. Okay, now we will write the method or behaviors, right? Deposit money, one method will be deposit money, one method will be display balance, etc., right? So this is one of the example. Just I brought up this to understand much more easier that how we can create a class, right, as a case study. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now let's go to the next part. Yes, so we are clear about class, right? Now we will go through this object, right? What is object? So in Java, you know, object is a essential block, right? Java is a very essential part also, right? So because based on the object only, all the functionality or the work happen, right? The functionality works. Okay, so in Java, object is an essential a block of memory that contains space to store all the instance variable, correct? Okay, so creating an object also refers to instant. Yeah, so means whenever you are creating an object, right? So there is an alternative word which means someone will use, that is instantiating or instantiation. Okay, so that is alternative word. Okay, to create an object we say instantiation also. Okay, so in Java we create the object using new keyword. Okay, this new is also one of the keyword in Java, so we use this new keyword to create an object in Java. Okay, so new operator dynamically allocates memory for new. Okay, so you know, see, here is the syntax. Okay, this is the syntax to create the object. Okay, so class name, object name. Okay, and object name, see, this is one of the reference variable, right? This is one of the variable. Okay, and this reference variable we are creating an object. See, this is the class name. Okay, whatever class name it will be. In the previous example we saw account class, right? So assume account name, then account name equal to new account. This is the class name, okay, and this is the new keyword we are using, means we are creating an object of that account class. Okay, now assume what will happen. So see, one reference variable will be created with the name, whatever object name, right here account name, whatever we are providing, that will be replaced with a1. Here a1 is nothing but reference. Okay, so how they are giving a1? So you can see this example, right? A1 area a1. Okay, just we are declaring this one, right? So a1 we got here, reference we got here, right? And then here what we are doing, a1 equal to new area. See, okay, so area, they are creating an object. Okay, so what a1 is containing, what this a1 is containing, object of this new area, right? Area object they are containing. Okay, so where is that area? So this is the area, right? In the previous example we saw this one, we were having side and we were having length, right? So this is another object, this is the object which got created, okay, in the heap area, and in the stack area a1 reference will be created, and this will be pointing to this, okay, this object, this a1 reference will be pointing to this object, okay, new area object. Okay, so this is the object. So just remember that object is the basic unit. Okay, object is the basic unit of object oriented programming. As the name also you can see that object is object oriented programming. So object is the main thing, okay, and it represents the real life entity. Okay, so now we will talk about little bit what is the characteristic of object. Okay, so an object have state, behavior and identity. Okay, so in the previous example also, just now whatever the part we moved on, so you might have seen, right, we were having some data, right, state like length and size. Okay, length and size we were having, right? After that we were having some behaviors. Okay, for the account if we will take, so we were having some state, account number, then customer name, right? And the behavior what we were having, withdraw money, deposit money, right? These were the behavior, check balance. Okay, so these are the two things, and the third one is identity. Okay, so identity is nothing but a1, right? In the previous example I was showing a1. Okay, so it is used to internally it is used internally by JVM to identify each object uniquely. Okay, that reference, right, a1, that is nothing but identity. Okay, so it is used by JVM to identify each object uniquely. Okay, so three things, remember, three characteristic object have: state, behavior, identity. Okay, now here in the screen, as you can see, right, object creation, here one mobile class they are having, template they are having. Okay, so for this mobile class they are creating object, right? They are using new keyword and new mobile. Okay, this is the syntax to create an object. Okay, so what will happen, an object will be created, okay, for this mobile object. Okay, so this is one of the way, and the second way is directly in the same line they are declaring this variable, readme variable, and they are initializing also, okay, with the object. Okay, and on the other hand what we can do, so here they are just declaring the readme variable. Okay, and next in the next line they are assigning the object. Okay, they are creating the object, okay, new mobile. Okay, so remember there are two ways, in the single line you can create an object, or you can declare and you can create the object in the next line. Okay, okay, so before coming to this part, right, so just remember one more thing, that an object is an instance or result of a class. Okay, whatever class we are giving, right, the template whatever we are writing, after runtime, right, not after but during the runtime, the object gets created, right? An object gets created, right? So that object is nothing but a result of our class. Okay, whatever we are defining. So okay, let's assume this let's understand this example here. So student, see, student is a class. Okay, it is a class name. Student is a class name, and student has last name, student has first name, student has age, student has list of course. Okay, so these are nothing but state, okay, states or properties, okay, of a student class. Okay, and student can pass the exam, student can enroll to the course, right? So remember these two main things, student has and student can. Okay, so whatever comes under has those are states and behaviors of a class, okay, or objects. Okay, and whatever comes under can, right, so those are the behaviors of a class, okay, or object. Okay, so this is the best example I have put here to make you much understandable. Now what is happening, see here, this is a class, right, and the result of this class after JVM takes after JVM pull this class, right, and during the runtime it create the object. So this is both object, okay, two object they have created. Okay, so first is see student 1. Okay, so we were having properties, right, last name, first name, age and list of course, right. So see last name, first name, age and list of course, right, we are providing. So this is nothing but state or properties of a class. Okay, so this is the object and we got the value here, right, and second object we created, that is student 2, last name, first name, age and list of course. Okay, so how this got created, you by new keyword, right, in the before we saw that, right, new is a keyword, right, using which object can be created. Okay, so we have created student 1, student 2, but how, new student, new student. Okay, by using this class name. Okay, yes, so here also just you can understand that we can have access modifier. You can see my video. Okay, so I will make one video on access modifier as well. So till now just forget about access modifier. Okay, we are having a keyword, right, keyword, that is class and my class, right, this is nothing but a class name and some variables, states and behaviors will come here and no semicolon. Okay, so this is the syntax to create a class. Okay, remember this is the syntax to create a class. Okay guys, so I hope you found this video useful. So let's see you soon in the next video. Thank you, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, then please do subscribe, hit like button, do comments. Thank you guys.